This exam application tutorial is on the topic of heart and circulation. The question for 6 marks is quite simply describe the function of blood. Now this can be translated in the following way. State the different components found in blood, of which there are 4, blood plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets, and explain the role or job of each component. It's biology at its most basic. Say a part and explain what it does. So firstly, blood contains red blood cells, over here, which contain hemoglobin to carry oxygen. That basically explains the function of red blood cells. You're not being asked to explain the adaptations of red blood cells. You do not have to go into lots of detail saying red blood cells are biconcave, they don't have a nucleus. You can ignore that for now. We're giving an overview of blood itself. Blood contains white blood cells, which fight disease. You could go into more detail if you wanted. You could talk about how some white blood cells engulf and digest bacteria. You could say that some white blood cells produce antibodies and antitoxins. But there's lots of other ways you can get marks as well, because there's other things to describe. Blood contains platelets, those broken bits of cells, cell fragments, which are needed for blood clotting. And finally, the fluid part of blood, blood plasma, transports dissolved nutrients such as glucose and amino acids. Blood plasma also transports carbon dioxide. Now, this is a tricky one to interpret because you can see there's more marking points available than there are marks available. But to get 6 marks, you would have to state the 4 different components of blood, and you would have to give a brief description of each one. By doing that, you'd give a good quality, well-rounded answer. Sometimes 6 markers aren't quite as simple as just saying you have to have 6 mark-worthy points.